Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance, episode 52 of Guess the Trade. But first, let's jump back into episode 51 where we looked at two different loadouts. The first one was David Z. He had the Weehaw Tech Pack backpack. Really nice looking backpack. I've never seen one of those in person. Lots of great tools inside of there that we looked at. What was it that he did with those tools? Well, he said he owns a low voltage company, does a whole lot of security things, whether that's access control, alarm systems, whatever it might be that's involved in that. I think a lot of us were on that line, of low voltage of some sort. I think maybe that's even what I guessed. I can't really remember. It's been a week. But that's what he did with his tools. Again, David, appreciate you sending those in. The second loadout that we looked at was Brent Kelly. He had an Occidental leather tote bag. I have never seen one of these before. Really great tools inside of there as well. And I told you guys to look at all the tapes and different things like that for his guess, because he already told me what it is that he did in his email to me. But what was it he did for his answer to you? He is an industrial electrician. So he said he does a lot of 480, 240, 120, all those kinds of things. So that's what he does with his tools as well. So again, appreciate both David Z and Brent Kelly for sending those in. Today we're going to look at one loadout, and that is A. Taylor Musburger. He's got a Veto Pro Pac TLC and then also a Milwaukee structured tote. So two different bags that we're going to look at. Lots of really great tools. And again, we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to look at his tools, see what we can learn, if there's tools we need to know about, if there's a part of his loadout that we can now apply to our loadout. But then also we're going to take a guess at what it is we think he does with these tools. But let's go ahead and jump into those. So again, we're going to start out here on the outside of his bag. It is a Veto TLC high-vis version. Those are kind of newer. I think they also have an orange one as well. He does pull out his tools, so we're going to start out looking at the bag, just looking at the overall, how it's loaded. Looks like he's got blue tape, railer bit rails, Milwaukee Surge, Klein tester over there. Looks like possibly the Icon flex ratchet set there. That looks like that box anyway. So again, here's the Surge. He's got a bit holder on the side. It is from Simon Tools, it looks like. And again, a Klein tester there. Other side, we've got some tapes, painter's tape, Teflon tape, blue electrical tape. And then it looks like he's got the little Milwaukee ratchet right there. That's kind of hard to come by these days. Also some black electrical tape. I see that now too. It was kind of blending in. So here's the bag open. And again, I'm going to assume this is probably his go bag, since he's also got a Milwaukee structured tote we're going to look at. And again, I haven't looked ahead. I don't know what all tools he's got. So looks like he's got a 27-in-1 in there, Milwaukee, Klein, Vessel, Knipex, all sorts of brands in there, Makita. So again, we're going to see these out, but just to show you the bag loaded up there. Next picture, here's that bird's eye view. It almost looks like the little Warson light up there. I don't know what light. I know there's a little orange circle on it. I don't know what that is there. So again, looking down in there, just to give you an idea how many tools you can fit in the TLC. It's a lot of tools. It's a very small bag, so to think about how many tools you can get in there, it's pretty amazing. So next picture, now we're going to start seeing them. So again, Milwaukee Surge, Klein non-contact voltage tester, railer bit rails. Those seem to be pretty good. A lot of people really talk about those. I've never got them. The Icon flex ratchet set, along with this little Milwaukee ratchet, that's very handy. I've got the Klein versions. I kind of want to get that one though. Also, again, those different colored tapes there. Here's where we're starting to get into the tools, but I think he zooms. Yeah, he does zoom in. So this is just an overview of the tools that are down inside that main pouch right there. So just to give you the whole picture, and then we're going to start seeing them in quadrants. So here we've got Milwaukee Inkzall along with Milwaukee extension, and then also a little inspection mirror pencil there. I don't know if that's almost looks like a Right in the Rain pencil. I'm not real familiar with those, but I know I've seen that color before. He is running the Milwaukee flip socket along with a vessel that holds bits. I don't have that vessel because it's not tang through. I don't think I'll buy it. I don't really like the vessels unless they have the tang through. I don't like the weight of the ones that aren't. That's why I actually haven't used the insulated versions that much, but there's really no insulated version of a screwdriver that's as heavy as the vessel tang throughs. So I do still use those because they're ball handle, but I really like the vessel tang throughs more than any other screwdriver, and I don't really like the vessels if they're not tang through because they're too light, but he's got that one there. That's why I've not bought that one anyways. I've had a lot of people ask me about that one. So it's also got a Milwaukee strippers. Looks like he's also got a pair of 180s and probably 125s of the pliers wrench. That was a Nebo light up there, and then it's a Gerber knife. I couldn't tell what that Gerber was in that last picture. I thought it might have been Ghidorah red for some reason, but it's Gerber. And then again, he's got the Makita sockets. That things that fit in our bags, phenomenal. That's just a very good bag set of little sockets. Milwaukee tubing cutter. And we'll go on to the next one. So he's got some drill bits there. Also another Nebo. I'm assuming that's a light of some sort based on it being a Nebo, and it looks like a flashlight. Also, it looks like he's got Amazon Basics on the tongue and groove pliers, so that's interesting. I didn't even know they had those, so you can kind of let us know what you think about those. And then he's got the Zyklop, that is the 1/4 inch, and then he's got the bit holder on it. I just recently picked up that Vera Zyclops with the 3/8 socket that takes a bit, and then I've got a review for that. A lot of people have watched it, so you've probably seen it by now. And then the only bad thing about that one to me is everything is magnetic as far as how it's held on there. So like the sockets will come off, the bits will come out in certain situations. Sometimes it doesn't matter, and then of course you're going to have times where it does. So I feel like this Zyclops is the better option for bit retainage, socket retainage, those kinds of things like that. But then again, you don't get the bits in the handle and those kinds of things. But he does have that one there. I'm interested in maybe picking that one up over some point in time. He's also got the Icon twin grips there, their version of that, and then a Milwaukee ink saw, and then he's got also the tang through vessel. So over there's a tang through vessel. Again, those are heavier. I like those. That's a 250. That's one of the longer ones. I typically don't get the long screwdrivers though. Next picture is just the rest of it. We got the Klein 27-in-1 magnetic pickup tool, and then some little picks that are plastic. So he's got that there. Here's the back side of his TPLC. Looks like he's got some different zip ties, and then also a vessel bit holder in the back side of that, which we can see here. Those are like those little gear ties or something like that. I can't remember. I've got some that I keep in the back of my truck. He's also got a little pry bar. A lot of people really talk about these vessel bits and how much they like them. I haven't bought any of those yet either. So now that was all of his TPLC. So that was the tools in those. Let's go back and I'll just show you that main picture right there. All that fits inside that very small bag. So quite a bit of tools that you got right there. Next, we're going to get into his Milwaukee Packout structured tote. From the outside of that, we can see a Vera, socket rail over there. Again, more bit holders. He's even got a little vessel bit holder down there with a Milwaukee magnet on there. Also looks like possibly a hammer over there on the left side. This side, so yeah, that is a hammer. He's got the Knipex shears. Again, more painter's tape, white electric tape, Teflon tape, 16-foot Milwaukee tape measure. Here's some more screwdrivers, a couple of Milwaukees. Looks like another one of the vessel bit holders, and a small Klein. More of that rescue tape. So I'm interested in what the rescue tape is. I've never, heard of that or whatever. And then I think that's not black electrical tape. I think that's probably Gorilla tape is what it looks like. So, or it could be considered electrical though. I don't know. So here's all the stuff on the outside of the bag. Again, there's the bit holder, scissors, hammer, the small hammer, and then Knipex shears, different tapes, stuff like that. There's the vessel screwdriver again, another Klein screwdriver, the Vera bit rail. So all the stuff that we just saw, those were pretty easy to tell what they were in the bag. So now here's, I guess I'm assuming this bag's got two sides. I think we've seen a few of them. So he's got Milwaukee in there. Again, more vessel, Hultaforce pencil. I see a Tool Check Plus. I see the tool that's like a multiple options. I've had that in my Amazon wish list as well. Still haven't bought that yet either. Level, different things. So here's the screwdrivers that we just saw. He's got another Vera. So again, if he's got doubles of it, that means those are the tools he likes. So again, he's using based on what I'm seeing now, it looks like he's using a 2-bag system where he tries to take in his TPLC, but then this bag's got just a little bit more. But again, as I've always said, if you do that, you end up having doubles of tools. So it does cost you a little bit more money, but if he gets away with only having to carry that TPLC that probably weighs half of what this structured tote weighs, the bulk of the time that he's doing work, that's a lot of savings of weight of packing that around over time. So again, I think it's well worth it. I think it's a really good choice to do that sometimes. So he's got, again, the Dasco Pros, little Milwaukee screwdriver, little brass punch up there, also another bit holder, again, another tang through. I think that might be a 252. I was going to say that might be a little bit shorter one, but a Hultaforce pencil, that's probably my favorite one just because of the shape of it. And then all these Milwaukee drivers. Here's a bunch of bits that he carries inside this bag. So he's got the Icon Flex Head again, the Milwaukee 1505, some different nut drivers, the Purdy scraper, the however many in one. I don't remember how many in one that is. Looks like he's also got some Vera ball end hex drives as well. Milwaukee bits there. That set goes up to 3/8, but that set's also got those new, where you can pull those bits out a whole lot easier. So that's one of those newer sets, much better. And then again, there's his bit set over there. I don't see anything like in that set that's like he's built it himself. That looks like it's just straight out of the package. So here's some more of those tools. So he's got, again, Milwaukee hammer that fits in that bag, it looks like, if you're interested in that. Braun light. Actually, let me scroll one more, see if he's zooming in. He does zoom in on these. So that's an overview of everything that's inside this side that we're looking at. So up here, we're going to have ink saws. We got pry bar, a couple different little pry bars, Aries pry bar, plastic scraper knife. I can't remember what the name of that is. Is it tooling or something like that? But basically, it takes hacksaw blades, sawzall blades, you know, all sorts of blades, jigsaw blades. You can put everything in that. So it's kind of a handy thing to have. Milwaukee flip socket and the Icon twin grips. That's the second of that we've seen. He's also got the small Knipex little Cobras along with the pliers wrench. He's got the Tool Check Plus and Imperial, an Aries non-contact voltage tester. Looks like he's got some 250s on the Cobras and the pliers wrench, and then another set of the 125s, some brushes. Let me see how the next one hits us. Yep, so combination square up there. Really weird wrench right there that's kind of twisted in a different way, so that's probably something specific. So if you see that, you might be able to, might help you in guessing his trade. Again, Milwaukee small hammer, stripper, Braun light, another stripper down there that's got crimping and stuff on it. Milwaukee pry bar, small flush cuts there, and some needle nose like locking pliers. Another mirror right there as well. So here's the other side of the bag. I think we saw some of this, so we'll see here in just a second if there's more of these. I might have had the pictures out of order. Sometimes it's hard for me to figure out which way they go when I put numbers on them. But no, it looks like he just had, I think I had the set where it zoomed in on these in the wrong spot. So we've got sandpaper, another Milwaukee Surge, also a Milwaukee right angle adapter. He's got both sets of the ball end on the hex keys. Also some step bits and a purdy scraper. I'm gonna assume whenever I zoom over, so we're not gonna see this side. I've already seen that, so we've already seen those, but we're gonna zoom in here on these others. So step bits, right angle adapter, Surge, and then again metric and imperial on the hex keys. So next picture, there's just up close of the purdy scraper and then those blades as well. And I think that one picture back that we got into those bits, I had that probably out of order. So here's another EDC thing that's something that he carries. It's a Night Eyes bag. Inside of that, he's got a Leatherman, the Super Tool 300 it looks like, Milwaukee ink saw, ink pen, a little bit of rope. So he might use this within his work, or this might be something he just keeps in his car or something like that, his truck. And then there's his name. So again, here's his EDC. And now we'll go back and look at his pack out. So there's everything in one side of his pack out structured tote. And here's everything on the other side of his pack out structured tote. And then we'll get into, there's everything on the outside of his structured tote. And then here's that bag just for you to look at. Again, I think that's something that a lot of people have been kind of eyeballing just because it works with packout and it's kind of Veto quality-ish. And then, of course, he also had his TPLC. Let me get back to that picture there. That's the bulk of his tools inside of it. There's the bulk of his tools on the outside. And then there's the outside of that bag right there as well. But those are A. Taylor Musburger's tools inside of his Veto Pro Pac TPLC, and then also his Milwaukee Packout structured tote. Again, take a look at those. If you got questions for them, drop those in the comments below. Also, don't forget to take a guess what it is you think he uses these tools for on a daily basis. Drop that in the comments below as well, and then we'll see his answer next week. But again, hope this video is interesting in some way. Hope it's helpful. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next video.